Well, I mean, hey, I know you love your high school. You rep your squad. Boy, when you talking about them Hornets, Deep Creek, yeah, it's really no comparison. Good stuff. Celebrating just the lineage of Camelot, but Deep Creek football, that storied history. Yeah, behind me, Great Bridge Pumpkin Patch. You see the hay back there. We got the hay rides going on. We got the kids, bring everybody out. Tidewater Terrell, a man about the town. But you know what? We're going to switch it back up now. Back to Camelot. Let's talk some basketball. Let's talk about the late 80s, the 90s. Let's talk about some stories when coach, put you off the team. Your teammates got to rally for you. Man, I'm Tidewater Terrell. Stay tuned. So with more vintage footage and great legendary ball players, Chris Davis made an appearance. He's been in town. We've been snatching him up since he's been here. And obviously the great Darryl Paul. Darryl, off camera, you were just telling me about what now?
Look, my ninth grade year, my coach and I had a disagreement in a practice. So he told me pretty much I was off the team. I'm like, what? I'm off the team? They had a team meeting without me. And this is crazy because we still talk about this to this day. I would not have a career if it wasn't for my teammates. They had a team meeting, literally without me. I'm standing in the hallway waiting to hear the fate of my career.
Wow.
My teammates tell my coach, we can't win without him. Bottom line.
It was actually, the meeting was, and I quote, if he's gone, I'm gone. Then everyone started to say the same. He's a big part of our legacy/family at Deep Creek. Without him, there's no Chris. And this is not a lot. This is the God's honest truth. He made me competitive. Darryl Paul made me, the all-time player that I was. And I mean, every game it was a different push. It was a different conversation. It was a different, hey, our goal is this. I'm gonna go back with you, dude. After we got beat, my first colonial, our junior year, I don't know if y'all even remember this, but I called everybody like, look, I am not going out like that. Next year, I'm a singer, we not doing it. I pulled these guys together, we started working. I want to say, Darryl, I don't even know if we took 2 days off.
We did.
I don't think we took 2 full days off.
Like, we calling coach, coach, open the gym.
Wow.
We getting in.
We getting in. And our team that year, like, it wasn't one person that didn't want to be in the gym.
Man.
Okay. Talk to me about that dedication. Touch on that.
We put that work in, that off season, and I fought myself that junior year on some other issues. Not gonna touch on that.
That's right.
We should have won, at least won the state my junior year.
Okay.
But I did some shit that I shouldn't have done. Excuse my language.
That's cool. That's
I
good.
did some stuff that I shouldn't have done, and I did, and it cost us. But I dedicated myself in that off season, as well as Chris said. We already devoted in that off season to push one another. We got in the gym, and it was crazy. It was so crazy because I recall myself and Ron Artist.
Wow.
No lie, it was 100 plus degrees outside of Camelot. He and I was out there like 11 o'clock playing one-on-one.
Man.
100 plus degrees. Playing one-on-one outside.
When you look at the dedication that you all put in now, and of course you guys coaching, rearing the youth, passing on those jewels, what is it that most important when you're touching the youth that you want to, kind of instill in them?
My biggest thing is the game has evolved. So I'm in the perspective now where, as they say, I got to get on their level. Understanding the youth today and how to coach them, you can get more out of them if you understand how to deal and how to coach them. So I've made adjustments. I've talked to other players, Corey Alexander's, the Junior Burrows. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Just trying to get some perspective on understanding how to coach the younger players today. Because it took me a lot to really evolve to be able to coach these guys. And a lot of times you can't reach a lot of these kids But if you can reach a few or some of them to get them to understand the work ethic that it takes to get there, I take that as a plus. Because you can't reach everybody.
That's deep.
You can try, but it's not possible to reach everybody, and not everybody's going to understand your dedication, your heart and soul, what it took to get there. So the ones that you do reach, that's a plus. That's a plus to me. And the same thing with him. Well, he coaches girls.
Chris, touch on that, Chris.
Man, I tell you what, you know, like he was saying, when even in the girls' game, it's evolved. I've evolved with the game. You know, I can't say that someone that's 6'2", 6'3" is going to be a post player now. I have to teach the full game, and while I'm teaching the full game, I'm giving them little nuggets, little jewels, just to see how they're going to react to different situations. When you go through a practice, we have situational drills, and I'll go, okay, so in this situation, what do we do and how do we get through it? Put them in that space where they're uncomfortable. And touching one or two, like Daryl said, man, shit. Most of the time, you can touch one or two, and they will get to the ones that you cannot get to. Say,
right.
Hey, man, no, if you're not on board, I'll tell coach, we'll move you around. It's okay. But, I mean, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. When you evolve with it, and we have adapted to it at our young age.
Yes.
It took me a lot.
It did. It did.
This modern day basketball,
Man,
Talk about it, y'all.
kids get away with too much.
they do.
And my thing is, don't pacify a kid instead of teaching that kid about their growth,
Yeah.
about what they can become. Make that kid understand that it's hard work to get to be that guy. What is only 400 some positions in the NBA?
Facts.
Not everybody can make it. So in order to make it, you have to be willing to go that extra mile. Like in my prime, I got up over 3,000 shots a day.
Wow. Say that again.
I got up over 3,000 shots a day. But I had a workout session in the morning. I worked upper body in the morning. Afternoon, lower body. The evening, and some mix. But when I went to play on all three levels, I worked on different stuff. So I might come in the gym on Wednesday. All right, I'm strictly working on passing today. That's my mindset. I'm working on passing. Come in Tuesday, I'm working on shots. Wednesday, I got my mindset. I'm working on rebounding, defense. So you have to set goals and guidelines for yourself to become a well-developed player. So when you do that, when you get in the game, it's just like second nature. Everything moves in the full circle.
Killing it.
Everything moves in the
Wow. The Mount Rushmore of Deep Creek basketball. Daryl Paul, Chris Davis, that's Farley Perkins, Calvin Lewis, B. Wilson. I'm trying to think of all the names. Some youngsters in here. D, your son here played ball for Deep Creek as well, right? Say his name for me.
Dominique Walker. Lee.
You know, we bring them on in. Look, the lineage too.
Yeah.
You know, and the ball. What do you think about the program itself? Say your name, good brother.
Dominique Walker,
And what years did you play at Creek?
2007, 8, and 9.
Okay, so when you think of the program, the lineage, when you played ball, what did it mean for you to put that purple on, and what is the status of the program now?
Oh, it was an honor. And, yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. You know, I put on a show myself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what position?
Football, I played outside linebacker, receiver.
Okay,
Yeah, basketball.
and obviously, good stuff. I like it. You know, you come from good stock. You know what I mean? What can you say about that guy right there?
Hey, man, you know, he taught me everything I know on the court. Man.
I love it. I love it. All right, father and son, we appreciate you all gracing us on Frozen Cups and Hot Chips. I'm Tidewater Terrell. You know nobody touches what we touch. We out. As we continue to celebrate the Camelot section of the Greenbox segment on Frozen Cups and Hot Chips, I scooped up a couple of Deep Creek legends, Farley Perkins and the legendary ball player himself, Mr. Daryl Paul. You know, sometimes I yield to lineage and history. Farley, I'm going to jump right in. Talk to me about that great guy that's right there beside you.
All right, so this cat right here, we go from day one to the top, man. His name is Daryl Paul, man. I believe he's one of the baddest point guards that ever played in the state of Virginia. He played with some great guys. Daryl's gonna tell you his story, but I promise you, bro, there's not another point guard in the state of Virginia like Daryl Paul.
Daryl, so to all of those that may not know, I love the shirt, by the way. Shameless plug. Go Cowboys. We're going to make them mad no matter what. You are a perennial ball player. Let them know the stat line.
I was the first team All-American, top 100 players in the country coming out in 1990. Also won Player of the Year in Tidewater, Virginia. When I won Player of the Year, I said Darryl Paul can do it all. I flooded the stat lines, assists, steals, scoring, you name it, I did it all.
Now, when you look at that Southeastern District, the talent that was around, talk to us about some of the ball players that you battled.
Well, I got a chance to play against Lonzo Mourning, Sean Bell, the Curly Youngs, the Greg Fords. It's just a whole lot of players that came out of the Southeastern District at that time.
When you look at the pressures now, you can see now they've got YouTube, they've got the internet. You can tell a story, show the real, show how your talent. To be a ball player, to play ball at that Camelot court, tell me how it was to be able to separate yourself from all of the talent during that time frame.
Well, during that time, the Camelot court was where it was at. A lot of us played there, afternoons, nights. Just a whole lot of good competition playing out there on the Camelot courts. You had playground legends as well, mixed with the school players. So it gave us a good mixture, so you got a chance to go against a variety of players, which helps you to develop your game. When you got a chance to do that against a variety of players or playing against the same type of players, then you'll find out where your game truly is at.
Now, you talked about playing on the court. Give us some of those ball players, those names you mentioned. Give me some names that didn't make it to the paper.
Man. You got Mark Davis, who played in the NBA.
Okay.
He lived out there, made a good name for himself. He come out of Great Bridge originally. You got Arthur Jemison. You got Greg Davis.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know a guy named Ron Artist, who was one of the top players to come out during my time. Unfortunately, he didn't play with us for long, but he did. He was one of the top players.
Okay. Now, when you talk about the pressures off the court, playing outside of Camelot, playing ball at another level, collegiately, talk to me about some of the off-the-court pressures that you felt.
Oh, there are a lot of off-the-court pressures. You got things that you got to deal with your family, your friends. Some of us had children at a younger age than we should have. So you learn to grow up quicker than you should have, which will teach you responsibilities in life.
Okay. Now, what are you doing now?
Actually, I'm a factory service technician for GE.
Okay.
I've been in the appliance service industry for over 20 years.
Nice.
I love what I do. I wouldn't change for nothing in the world.
And are you still passing on that coaching legacy?
Yes.
Okay.
I currently coach with Boo Wales 15U AAU team. This last summer, we actually went to the EYBL. That was a great experience for me because that was my first time being in that situation and in that environment.
It's cool. We live. Go ahead. You good?
So, that was a great experience for me to see all these younger talents and understand what I needed to do adjust to coach these younger players these days.
So, as you mentioned, players coming up, trying to get noticed by a secondary college, a predominantly, Division I institution. What can you tell them about being able to gain that exposure?
Hey, you got to be about your study. And that's on both ends, whether it's basketball, schoolwork, family, friends. You got to understand the format in which you got to lay and the groundwork it takes to get there, and to understand that you got to put that work in. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to put yourself first. Practice hard. It only takes an hour a day out of 24 to really get that time in to really build your craft. If you can't put an hour in out of 24, then it's gonna be tough to advance to the next level and on up from that stage. But being able to put that time and work in and understand what it takes to get to that next level will help you along the way.
Good Jews from an outstanding ball player. That's Darryl Paul. I'm Tidewater Terrell. This is the Camelot celebration here on Frozen Cups, and that's Farley Perkins. And hot
My man DP in the house.
chips. Just really good stuff. Tidewater Terrell and Frozen Cups and hot chips, wrapping up the first edition of just a couple of segments. Stay tuned. I don't even know how many we're gonna do, but this is the first of a few. George Concepcion is in there, Boo Brown Butts. Yeah, I'm out here at the Hayfield of the Great Bridge Pumpkin Patch. Let me make sure I get it right. I'm out here in these folk places. Let me get them some pub. Great Bridge Pumpkin Patch out here, you all. Come and bring the kids out. But just more Camelot celebration. We're gonna be talking with some more out of Camelot Field. We got that segment with D'Amica Haskett, King Robinson, Melissa Johnson, a whole host of others. Keaton Hyman coming on. You know what I mean? Illy Stagg reached out. Steve Stokes, what's up? I heard you the hardest hitter in Deep Creek football history. I know we need to talk about that. We might even do a segment between you and John Meredith, who had the hardest hits. Either way, I control the narrative. I'm Ty with a Terrell. This is Frozen Cups and Hot Chips. Stay tuned.